I cannot teach anybody anything. I can only make them think. Socrates. Socrates. Or like I said previously, for you 80s and 90s fans out there, Socrates. Anyway, wow, he can't teach anybody anything. He can only make them think. He does make me think. He makes a lot of people think. He is, in fact, what would probably be qualified as one of the grandfathers of modern day philosophy, of modern philosophy. I mean, he's the one who kicked it all off, in a sense. He's the one who gave way and breathed life into a lot of philosophy, a lot of thought. And I know there's Plato out there, and there's Platonism and all that, and then there's this, the Socratic method, um, and there's this, there's all kinds of Socratic, euphemisms that I could probably come up with that I'm sure any number of you can come up with. But once again, can only make me think. uh, when it comes to teaching, you can't teach people things. I mean, I don't believe that you can't teach them anything. You can't teach people things. I mean, it's one of those things where it's just that's just kind of innately human. Like if I go to show somebody how to cook a steak or a burger, they're gonna learn. They're gonna learn how to do it. Like you can only you can teach a man to well shoot, what is it? You can teach a man to eat a fish, but if you teach him how to fish, he'll never go hungry. So, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, you're doing something for your own sustenance, your own personal gain. And you're also teaching somebody to do something else. So, by him not saying he can't teach anybody anything, yeah, that's part of it. And you can only make them think, yeah, that's part of it. I mean, those are two things though. But you have to, in order to teach something too, you do have to be able to think. Because if you're not able to think about it critically, or think about it in a sense that you're going to do something with it, then what are you, I mean, what are you doing? Like, are you just going to be stagnant then? Are you going to just be a static being and not be able to do anything? Hmm. It's kind of strange. But in another sense, this whole thing could be sought in many different paradigms. I mean, this could be used as a sophistry. This could be used as a waxing poetic. This could be used as a elucidated kind of thing, where you just go on and on and on how much you can think about things, but you can't teach anybody anything. However, there is wisdom, and wisdom is a teacher. Wisdom is something that guides. It is something that perpetuates itself. Um, there's all different kinds of schools of thought when it comes to wisdom. I mean, there's tons and tons and tons, but there's also tons of teachings when it comes to philosophy. Obviously, there's a lot of categorization and breakdowns throughout that as well. But when you say you cannot teach anybody anything, I don't think that is absolutely correct. I mean, it's not an absolute. You can definitely teach people things. But I do like to do the latter a lot. I do like to make people think, because by making people think, you get the wheels turning. You get the cobwebs out. You get to get engaged and get going and be able to build something upon that. I hope, too, it would be built instead of tore down, wrecked, and destroyed. Because the thing of it is that it needs to go somewhere. It needs to perpetuate itself into, you could say, a development of thought or an evolution of thought. Um, and it needs to do that, because if it doesn't, then what's the point of teaching anyway?